Wednesday, February 29th, 1984. You walk into B-Side Video and accidentally make eye contact with me. Things get uncomfortable real fast. I didn't think anybody could see over the counter. Oops, I wasn't wearing pants. You grab the first thing your hands can reach. Its cover stands out because it's yellow. A grainy sepia-toned picture of a young lady crouching in what might be a corner. Or she's just next to a door. Whoa, watch out, she's got a gun. If there's one thing worse than death, it's blonde death. Welcome to B-Side Video Rentals. I'm Jeremy Briggs.
And I'm Jenny Wenger.
What's going on, Jenny?
I'm just feeling real deep in my roots after this movie.
Yeah, it got to you.
It took me back, man.
I didn't relate much.
Oh, how lucky.
But I got an old-fashioned and jelly beans. That's how classy I am.
What a great combo. Like, just even thinking about that, it's like such a juxtaposition in your mouth right now.
That's so great. I just want to be chomping while we record audio.
Yeah.
That's good, right?
G likes that a lot.
That's not going to piss G off at all.
And on her birthday episode.
Yeah. I'm like, guess what? I'm going to make your job difficult.
Happy birthday.
No.
Yeah.
So, we have a 3-part finale. This is part 1 of our 3-part finale, Jenny.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
This is exciting.
I knew, like, going into this that we each got to pick our movie without discussing it with each other. Just like, here, watch this.
Yes.
And G's did not disappoint.
Out of all of them, mine is going to be the one that disappoints. Everybody's like, really? That's what you chose?
That's of all the things you could have picked. No, you got a good one.
I'm like, there's reasons I picked it.
No, you've had a good one. I'm excited for our picks.
Indeed. So usually we just kind of pick a random movie that nobody knows.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, have you seen this? I don't see it. That cover looks awesome. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But these last 3 are different. They mean something to us in whatever way that means.
Yeah.
And the film that we watched today was G's, and it is her favorite shot on tape, like with a camcorder film.
Yeah, which we're going to bring that up later on the onset speculation.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
but I mean, that does have like just the vibe of the film. So this is the third film that I've seen on that. I've seen Sledgehammer and I've watched Things 3 times now.
Yeah.
Have you seen either of those 2?
No, I haven't seen those 2, but there was one that I was thinking of that's kind of shot like this. I don't know. If I remember it, I'll bring it up later.
Yeah, but this one definitely outshines those other 2.
Yeah. Oh my God, I hate Things.
Did you just say that?
Yeah, she hates it.
I've seen it 3 times. I own it. I bought it years ago. And I watched it twice. And then I'm a religious watcher of Joe Bob Briggs, The Last Drive-In. Very religious watcher of that. And they did Sledgehammer and Things. So I was like, I guess I'm watching Things a 3rd time.
I have autism. And when we first process something, we process it very literal. And I was like, I hate things. And I was like, I know, girl. I know. I hate things too. What things do you want to talk about?
Why are you texting that to me right
now? I'm not busy. Let's just talk about it.
All right. Should we get into the news?
Oh, yeah. We love the news.
Oh, do you think so? Oh, we love it so hard. Wednesday, February 29th, 1984. And these are your not-so-current events. Jerry Martin will join the Mets training camp at his own expense with no guarantee of a job after serving 81 days in prison on cocaine charges. This begs the question, who lets you charge cocaine? Like, I have to use cash.
I don't know. Somebody is VIP.
5 tombs said to be those of leading figures under Ramses II, who ruled Egypt 3,000 years ago, have been found and excavated 15 miles south of Cairo and 3 miles west of the Nile River. In unrelated news, deaths by scarab beetles have increased by 14,000%. Damn mummy's curse.
I ain't even gonna watch that movie.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I grew up. I know about a curse.
Yeah.
I ain't taking my chances. If a movie has the word curse in it,
I walked right by it. I said, Jesus, Lord, help me.
I'm sorry, Miss Ricci. I'm sorry, Judy Greer. I can't watch that werewolf movie you did. Congress has passed a bill that would provide $150 million in grants for teaching foreign languages with the goal of improving Americans' ability to communicate with people in foreign countries. They'll be learning phrases such as, America's the best, we're better than you, and suck my American butt. It's a great program. I think it's going to go really well.
I think it's going to go well. I think you're right. I think it's going to go. It's don't go good.
Everybody really likes America.
Yeah.
And thinks highly of us.
Yeah.
It's only going to get better from here.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson won an unprecedented 8 Grammys, including Album and Record of the Year, but was beaten twice by the Police ballad, Every Breath You Take. They filmed the Police beating him twice. It's time to sue the city.
Sue them. I hear a settlement.
This can't stand.
Yeah. Researchers at the Masters and Johnson Institute believe that whether a person has homosexual fantasies or heterosexual ones cannot be used as an indication of actual sexual preference. And that is a study I have to remind my wife of every time she looks at my search history.
My search history is like 2 girls kissing. I just want to see them kiss.
I just want to see them. I don't want anything more than that.
That's all I need. I just need them to kiss.
I don't want tongue. I want a little peck. Just a little peck. And I'm done.
I'm done. That's good enough for me.
A Superior Court judge in Woodbury, New Jersey, has cleared the way for the eventual dismissal of a gun charge against former heavyweight champion Joe Frazier, admitting that the guns in question were his biceps.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. A federal appeals court today upheld a lower court finding that the NFL had violated antitrust laws by attempting to keep the Raiders from moving from Oakland to Los Angeles. The NFL responded saying, who's antitrust? Isn't trust a good thing?
Isn't it a good thing?
But don't you like that?
Don't you like it? You like it, right?
Right?
You like it when you like it when you can trust me, can't you?
Ooh, yeah.
Or don't you?
Don't you?
Shut up.
Make it. I love when someone tells me to shut up.
I love it.
Mikhail Baryshnikov. Great. Thank you for giving me that.
Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Sure. That one will remain the artistic director of the American Ballet Theater. And under the agreement, he'll also be free to take on projects outside the company. His first outside project will be a one-man show about his main ballet teacher.
He was so mean. Point your toes.
You're gonna be sorry.
Yeah. Bet you put razors in the shoes so it hurt him.
I heard about that.
I'll have to watch the one-man show. WABC has decided to cancel its 4:30 p.m. newscast, Eyewitness Extra, after 5 months on the air after it failed to match the ratings of its predecessor, People's Court. In an attempt to quadruple those ratings, they've begun developing a new show, The People's Gallon. Because there's 4 quarts in a gallon, Jenny. What? People's Court? I'm sorry.
Eject.
A team of American and European astronomers has chosen a bright, short-period comet named Kopf for their spacecraft to intercept, claiming it as their own, saying, "That's mein Kopf." Not a good time for Nazi jokes?
Nope. I thought for sure when it was a short period, I'd be like, finally.
Mine are 15 days.
Yeah.
Jesus, what?
I've been bleeding for a month.
Well, if you texted that to me, I would have put that instead of a Nazi. I'd prefer a 15-day period joke than a Nazi joke. What kind of person do you think I am?
Yeah, because I can make period jokes. You can't make period jokes.
I can do them periodically.
I hate you.
Shut up.
19-year-old Rodney Cameron used a .22 caliber rifle to kill a 6-foot-long African lizard. He found it in a pond in his family's backyard. He shot the lizard at 4:35 a.m. What time did the lizard die? Answers are upside down on the next page.
7:34.
That's good though. And a cleanup effort that has cost New York City $5 million so far. City and state officials are debating who should pay to clear many of the toxic waste sites in the 5 boroughs. The debates will last an entire 5 rounds of Rochambeau.
That's long. That's a long debate. Rochambeau takes what? 10 seconds?
That's it? That's what you wanted to end on?
So I pick them, and then I'm like, oh, I guess this is the last joke.
Jenny, you can do one of our worst finale jokes ever.
Rochambeau. Okay,
that's
fine.
pretty neat.
Fine. Oh, what is it better to say rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
Is it? It's the same thing, Jenny.
Listen, I'm not from Nevada. I'm fancy like you.
And those were your not so current events. Them fancy desert boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Their trailers ain't got mice in them.
Backwoods, you're desert.
Yeah. This movie we watched this week is about me and my life.
It's about you and your life.
Yeah. We basically watched my biography.
Go ahead, Jenny. Give it to us. What did we watch?
We watched Blonde Death.
Blonde Death, a tape by John Dillinger. I love that he wrote a tape. Like, he just leaned in.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I'm filming on what I'm filming.
This is a home video.
This is a home video, and I'm just gonna lean in all the way and say it's a tape.
Yeah, I was thoroughly thrilled immediately. The dialogue.
Yeah. You know, I tried to listen to the copy that we were listening to. I tried to listen to or watch it with my headphones, and the sound in it is so bad. G said that the Vinegar Syndrome copy has much better sound, but like all the dialogue was like in this ear and all the other stuff was in this ear, and I was just like, I can't function.
Can't do it this
way. I
way.
did immediately take it out, and I was like, okay, I can stand it on the computer, but in the headphones it was a
yeah.
whoa.
I can't imagine that this was built for that kind of technology.
But immediately, like, just this whole movie, I just have to say it right up top. Is it just me, or did Tarantino get true romance out of this film?
This has got to be. And
I'm like, this is true romance.
Yeah, and my favorite movie in the whole world, any kind of movie, is The Big Lebowski and True Romance. And I always say they're both my favorite film, and they're just so different.
Right.
You know, like The Big Lebowski is my chill movie, and True Romance is when I want everything to happen.
Right.
So this was like that, like, homage to that, but before it.
Yeah. I mean, it was, to me, I was like, oh, Tarantino watched this and took some notes on a couple of cases. There was even a Jackie Brown thing where I was like, that's Jackie Brown. Did you take notes? Tarantino. Definitely. He takes notes. He takes notes.
The woman playing the stepmom, we're going to meet her. I really freaking loved her.
Oh,
I was like,
surprise me.
She loves Carol Burnett, but like she made her nasty.
Nasty. Ooh, I want a nasty Carol Burnett.
Nasty Carol Burnett.
So we start off in a living room with a big handheld tape recorder, and the first thing we hear is, "Hi, this is me. My name is Tammy Lynn Beaverdorf."
Hell yeah.
Beaverdorf.
Get right to it.
Get right to it. and she is recording her memoirs. It all
And it
began
all
about
began
6 weeks ago.
6 weeks ago. I just love how soft and stupid she
Yeah, she's
sounds.
just like, I'm speaking into my little. The thing, this handheld recorder is the size of her head.
Yeah. And the thing I love so much, but first of all, her hair is gorgeous.
Right.
This feathered back haircut, perfection.
Feather back.
Yeah, it's so good. But I really love how she is that thing in the South where it's like, I may be an idiot, but I know what I got. I'm like a young, hot piece of trash. People like that.
And you were immediately connected with her.
Yeah, because, like, I had really intelligent siblings,
Okay.
and it was always, "Well, but Jenny's got that little something special."
I relate to that.
Yeah.
Like, my brothers they're pretty smart dudes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ugh, ugh." I actually got in trouble one time because, like, my dad, he came out to see who walked through the door, and I said, "Don't worry, it's not the smart one." And then I got a lecture.
It's like, "Well, why do I feel this way?"
I got it from you.
So she's telling the story, so
Yes.
we're back in the car.
Yes.
And this was nearly 6 weeks ago, and she's arriving in Orange County. She moved from a shitty little town on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Yeah. Dad's got a new job.
And she's secretly feeling like some sort of teenage time bomb. Time bomb.
Secretly. That's her secret.
Yeah. Like, she is just horny to a level 10,
Level 10 horny.
just ready to party. And I love how she wastes no time. Like, she's the one who talks back.
Right.
They tell her she's a demon bitch from hell, and she's like, "Hell yeah, I am."
I like, so they're driving, and then all of a sudden we see Disneyland. We see the Matterhorn at Disneyland, and she's like, "Oh, can we go to
Donkeyland.
Donkeyland?" Which I couldn't tell if it was donkey or donkey because it
It
felt like
sounded
it
like
kept
donkey.
changing. Yeah,
It sounded like they were saying Donkeyland.
Donkeyland, and
I think that's kind of a play on Pinocchio because they also bring up
Right.
Pinocchio again.
Well, okay, yeah, I get it. Ass, whatever, and he's like, "We'll go soon." She's, "Whatever you say, daddy." I mean, Vern. Like, she got in trouble for calling him
Yeah.
daddy.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Yeah. So you
Why
know
she gotta
the
go by a
bit
first name?
Claret has Claret,
Claret.
whatever. She has had words about that before, you know. And I love they pull up to the house, the new
Oh,
house,
but
and
we have to say that the dialogue. So when she's talking into
Yeah.
her microphone and she introduces us to Claret, she says, "An evil scheming bitch in the guise of a born again Christian."
hell yeah. She's so good. The dialogue
just
is
had to put
top
that in there.
notch. Oh, hell yeah.
And so they pull up to the house and they have a little interaction there. Go ahead and say what you were gonna say.
As soon as they get out, the first thing is Claret has the bitch wedgie from hell.
She
she's-
does.
She just yanks it
She's
out.
like, she did not care. This wasn't like the last film we watched where someone was like, "I need to pick
Oh.
it, but I won't." This
She's
one
like,
was
"Nope."
like, "Nope, this is coming out."
I'm getting an eye. It is so good. And then she's immediately complaining about how shitty the house is.
Because she's in this like jumpsuit, this yellow and pink flowery jumpsuit, which is awesome. I love that number. And
She
so they
looks
get
too
out and
expensive.
she complains about how small this house is. And then like the phone just rings and he's like, I love the dad when he does that. "I think our phone is ringing."
Yes.
And he goes
I-
inside,
I'm-
and for some reason, when he enters, we're at a Dutch angle. And if you don't know what a Dutch angle, it's not you, our audience, Jenny. I know you know.
I know.
It's a tilted angle just to give us an unease. And I'm like, why do we have a Dutch angle the moment we go into a house? That's weird. But it's pretty obvious something's wrong in this house.
Noreen. There ain't no Noreen
There
here.
ain't no Noreen here.
And then Tammy lets out her 2 kitty cats.
Yeah, she lets them free. And immediately she has her live cats, and Claret has a broken Siamese figurine in a
And Tammy
bag.
yells in her face, I told you to let the movers handle that. That's what they get paid for. They're the
Yeah.
experts. Just screaming. And I love that about Tammy.
I turned down my volume.
Tammy just screams things into everybody's face, and it makes me so happy.
I love Clarette just blames her. She's like, I bet you kicked it back in Missouri.
And then she hates cats. Like, what?
Yeah,
If you
he's like,
hate
well, I'll buy you a
cats,
real Siamese cat. I hate them.
why are you carrying around this precious cat sculpture?
And also, you have 2 cats. Like,
Yeah.
you just married into a 2-cat household.
Maybe that's what happens to the cats.
Oh,
No.
Keisha. So now we move to outside for some weird reason. Tammy's just got her chin on her fist.
Right before we go out there, though, a very
Oh.
important thing to note about the dad's relationship with Clarette. He goes over and starts to massage her. She's like, stop it. You don't touch me.
You don't touch me.
Okay, and then Tammy's sulking.
Yeah, and that's like, I don't even know if there's any reason why we have that shot. It's just, I'm sad.
They were like, she looks pretty. Let's shoot it.
I can't, like, we shot it. I might as well put it in the film.
Yeah. And then we're back in the living room, and she's singing, yes, Jesus loves me.
We've got this, it's a low shot up on her as she's like, and it's also a Dutch angle, and she's like putting up a tapestry on the wall for some reason, and then she mentions the guy
She's singing
on
the
the
creepy
TV.
song, and then and that's when we meet Pat Goon.
Pat Goon, a Pat Boone wannabe. And, singer, songwriter, actor, religious motivational speaker.
Yeah. Oh, I love him. He's my favorite.
Tammy comes walking in and bumps into her. She drops his box of books. Clarette picks it up, and Jenny, what book does she have?
Nice girls do. Now you can too.
Nice girls do what?
Fuck. F-U-C-K. That's where she gets her spanking.
Yes, and then she just said the
said
F
fuck.
word. She said the F word. Oh, really? Did you? Drop those panties. What?
Yeah. She says, she's a cunt. Now she said the C word. Drop those panties. Get your pants down.
Yikes.
So they pull up a special chair.
Yeah.
And Daddy sits down in the chair. And they lay her over Daddy.
I love the spanking shots because, like, it's her butt, and it's the most unflattering shot of her butt that you could possibly have.
The broadside of the panties from the top angle.
And when he smacks her, it's the gentlest little, like, her butt barely even moves. And then it cuts to her face just watching Pat Goon on the TV.
There's not even any of this. It's just...
There's no impact.
It's like that could have been sold a little better.
Could have. But why? Why?
For the perverts.
For all the perverts out there.
Which the 80s movies seem to really, like, love indulging. So I just was like, we didn't get any sad girl getting spanked.
Oh, did we missed the whole part where she goes in the bathroom and Clarette finds her diaphragm.
Oh, yeah, she does. She runs in there. Because this is when she's getting chased around the house to get her
she's getting
spanking.
chased around and they find the diaphragm. And it just got in a case. I fell in love. I'm still a virgin. Get your hands off me, you neo-Nazi slop pig. You evil-minded redneck sow.
I love these insults. They're so good. I got that just in case I fell in love.
And just in case. One day, it's going to happen. And I'm going to need a diaphragm.
Child of Satan.
Oh, and after she gets her spanking from Daddy, Vern, she says, I could feel, he's like, I don't remember exactly what he says. Yeah, but Elmer was at attention.
Elmer enjoyed that.
Yeah, Elmer enjoyed that. Elmer is his wiener. And his reaction to her blows my mind because it's not like this weird, like, I don't have I didn't get aroused. I don't have a boner. It was, you little spy.
Don't you tell
He's
Clarette.
he's admitting that he has a boner
Don't you
from it.
tell Clarette about my boner.
You little spot.
Whose side are you on?
Oh, and while she's getting smacked, Clarette says, "Whack her good one time for Jesus."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Just wild. So then we're in the bedroom that night and she's watching Streetcar Named Desire or something. What was it she was
I
watching?
don't know what she was watching.
Oh, it was a
I
James
didn't I
Dean
didn't clock
movie.
it.
It
Oh,
was a
yeah, it
James
was a
Dean
James
movie.
Dean movie.
Yeah. And she's watching James Dean.
It
Finally
was
I
probably
made a famished.
Giant.
Oh, this is when she says this. Finally, I made a famished run to the kitchen where Dad jumps out of a robe and gets on his knees and tries to kiss my butt.
Well, what happens in that whole thing is she has this, like, "I'm famished, I run to the kitchen," and he comes in there, and this scene,
Wow.
very uncomfortable scene, because he's obviously drunk. He's in a woman's robe. It's just the cut is so tight in certain areas that he can barely, like, move, and he admits some things in here where he's
Yeah,
like and
Tammy tells it,
Tammy's,
maybe the stuff we did when I was younger wasn't okay.
"What's wrong with that, honey? What's wrong with dressing up in Scarlett O'Hara outfit with my baby girl? What's wrong with cutting a donkey's head off at your birthday party when it got a boner?" Like, whoa, back up. You did what? On the front lawn, you chopped a donkey's head off at a birthday party in front of all, and we're just gonna move right past that?
Yeah. And now he's going to Saudi Arabia.
He's got a new job in Saudi Arabia, apparently.
What the hell does this man do? Like, how is he, like, in the business world? This is the most unhinged, insane person.
And so then next morning, Claudette, what is her name? Clarette, not Claudette. Clarette takes Vern to the airport, and
So Tammy's home
Tammy's
alone,
left
and she's just
alone.
dancing in her panties and a T-shirt to the Angry Samoans, "You stupid asshole."
That's the song. That's the song, all right. And
And
Clarette
Clarette's
comes home.
pissed.
She's pissed. She's like, "How could you?
"What
What's
the
wrong?
what the hell are you doing?"
What's wrong with dancing around in your panties?" So she threatens to send her to a 9-week Christian camp.
Yeah, but she also wants to give her a Lysol
It's not.
enema.
It's a Clorox enema. I had to rewatch it because I was like, "Wait a minute,
What?
Clorox enema?
That's bleach.
That's
Like,
bleach."
you can't put that in her asshole.
No, but I have bleached my asshole multiple times.
With an enema, though?
I'm kidding.
People okay,
Shut up.
I'm like,
You took me. See, that's the problem, Jenny. I say things and you just immediately believe me. That's a problem.
yeah, it's autism.
Sure, blame all your problems on that.
Well, that is my brain function. I'm like, wait, what?
Hold on.
Wait, what has been a lot of my life. Now, here's where I really, really, really love this. Tammy runs away to get away from
Yeah.
Clarette. And she runs to a high school that's closed
Yeah.
down for summer. And there's this woman in an eye patch that runs over to her, stretching. And this is the rapiest lesbian I have ever seen on film.
Immediately is like, "Oh, hey, how you doing there? Can I eat you out?" Like, she might as well.
Yeah.
Like,
How about that muff?
how
She
about
kept
that?
calling it a muff. I was like, eh. And so this is just an adult cruising the high school for chicks. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
But, Tammy does let us know that when she's wandering the high school, she's like, "Which made me feel bad. Reminded me of being a dropout."
I have no business being here in this establishment.
Okay, I'm sorry, Tammy. This is where people learn, and I've been done learning for a while.
So Gwen invites Tammy to go back to her place, and Tammy's like, okay, sure, why not?
I need a friend.
So they go back to her place, and this woman is trying her best to get in them panties.
So hard.
Yeah.
She's like, well, maybe you could just stay here. She tries to convince her to stay over the night because your parents are violent. Just stay with me. And she's like, well, where am I going to sleep? We can sleep on top of each other. You mean like bunk beds? That sounds like fun.
But
So she
then,
starts to get up,
yeah.
go to the door, and the door won't open. And she says, oh, well, I guess you better walk back over here and toss that pretty little muff on my face.
What?
And
I
Tammy's
like,
just like, huh?
yeah, I like that Tammy's reactions to her, like, constantly talking about sitting on her face. It's just always
She
like,
just
oh,
doesn't. Oh,
what?
I don't. What?
Okay. Well,
That's a weird
oh, it
comment.
was just locked. Okay. She's like, me and Clarette do this all the time. She's going to be worried about me. I'm like, Clarette is not worried about you. She hopes you're dead.
She hopes. We'll find out very soon if that's true. Tammy goes home to find
A note that's like letting her know that Clarette is going to like a religious weekend camp and she won't be back till Sunday night. But she left her some Tang in the fridge.
Sunday night. I got the whole weekend. My favorite line in the note that she has is, ask Jesus to forgive you because I cannot.
She's such a bitch.
Then why are you a Christian?
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole point?
No, not in the South. Not for the most part. Look, I
You read a
always like,
different book, apparently.
yeah, I always give a blanket thing. There are good people in the South. It's just the stereotypical ones are definitely the loud ones.
So she realizes that she's got the whole weekend. She like jumps up. I'm free.
Yeah, before her dead mom died, she had diet pills. So
Yes.
Tammy's in the bathroom taking a bunch of her mom's diet pills because that helps her to not be as hungry or whatever. So she wolfs down those and then she asks Gwen to take her to the beach. It's like this
But
woman who barely got out of her damn house.
before she calls to go to the beach, she's dancing once again. And I had to point out this scene because the name of the song that she's dancing to at this moment is called They Saved Hitler's Cock.
They go to the beach and she's like, I thought you were a ninth beer. Maybe you should slow down. And she's like, fuck off, dude. I'm partying. I'm letting loose. She's looking around at everybody and it's very obvious that everybody is gay.
Yeah, very obvious.
But it's not obvious to her because she's
Yeah.
so horny. So she starts trying to cause a scene and talking, and gay guys are like, could you get away from us?
Could you stop?
You're bothering us. And she's like, what the heck? Is everybody here gay? Yeah.
Yeah, we're at the gay beach. Didn't you read the sign? It says gay beach.
Yeah, I like that she says, everybody's looking at us and I'm looking at them. I like what I see.
I
It's
like what I see.
girl, nobody wants you here besides One-Eyed Gwen.
One-Eyed Gwen.
So Tammy's going to take her home.
She's already 9 beers in. Did we mention that she was 9
Yeah.
beers in? Oh, okay, good.
That's your ninth beer. Maybe you should slow down. And she's
want to be chomping while we record. I'm just not listening to you, like typical.
oh, God, please. Yeah. Just you keep going. I'll sit here quietly
God damn it, Jenny.
and think about
Ah.
Hitler's penis being saved.
I was too focused on that, wasn't I? Freudian much? I have to remind you of that research that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. So Tammy invites her in because she's like, aren't you going to invite me in? No, she has puked all over the side of this woman's car. And you can see like chunks. And this woman is still horny as can be. She's worse than a frat boy.
So horny.
So she says she's going to go take a shower. And Gwen's like, you want me to come with you? No.
Girl's giving off desperate. Oh, that's why she told her to brush her teeth.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
She's like, get that puke mouth cleared for
Yeah, for
landing.
business. Yeah, for landing.
And
So
she's
she goes to
talking
the
to herself, I just need one special guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just making wishes. And then the guy pops out of the
Like
shower
magic.
with a gun. And we meet Link.
We meet
Her-
Link.
But he's looking for Noreen.
He's looking for Noreen, yeah. Which sometimes sounds like they've got confused and said Maureen.
Yeah.
I was like, is it
Yeah.
Noreen or Maureen? We need to get some consistency because I'm getting confused.
I don't remember what we said. Should we look back? No, we ain't got time for that. Just say whatever you think.
If you remember, you remember. It's okay. And I love right in this part. This is the first time I noticed because it's the second time in the script that it's used, or in the film that it's used. He calls her a gidget, and
I
they
know.
use it like 4 different people use the term gidget.
Yeah, I wrote that
in
down too. I'm
reference
like,
to
what the
her.
hell does this mean?
But everyone's using it about her.
Yeah.
And so he's like, you got to get rid of her. He's got the gun to her head. She's like, Gwen,
I have horrible diarrhea. I'm squirting all over here.
I've got the runs and it's all over
It's
the
all over.
place. Well, how
Oh.
distasteful. It is distasteful.
It is. Distasteful. That's the perfect word. Yeah, and then they let her know that she needs to leave. And she'll call her tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then they go into the negotiation of whether or not Link can rape her.
No, I'm underage. They'll throw you.
Well, here's
They'll
why
kill
I
you
can't.
for that.
Let me tell you why I can rape you, and let's
You
talk
give me
about.
a counterpoint. Counterpoint. Let's go. Okay.
And I think he's this is a little foreshadowing. He says, "Oh, I had a chum like that in the joint."
Yeah, because he accuses her of hooking up with Gwen, and she's like, it's not like that. She's a chum. Oh, I had a chum like that in the joint.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Foreshadow?
Foreskin foreshadowing.
I'll let that go. So
You know how bad it has to be if you held it.
Or perhaps I had nothing there and I pretended like I had something real
Oh, that's
good.
what it is. Emily, that's all that it was. So she runs out to the
She
yard.
kicks
She
him in
gets
the balls,
free.
gets away.
Men have a soft spot right in the middle.
And this shot
Great.
is just straight out of Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a Texas.
I didn't even look. I was like, oh, that's Texas. Oh, she already wrote it down. It's Texas Chainsaw.
Where they pick her up and the legs are
Yeah, where
hanging.
she runs out and he grab them, legs kicking, and
Yep,
like
love
walking
it.
backwards
Great
inside.
shot.
Great shot.
Great shot.
Great shot.
If you're gonna ravage me, would you just get it over with?
I love it because he goes like, you've been reading too many of those Lonely Broad paperbacks.
Yeah, and she has.
It had
Have
some
something-
great
have
dialogue.
something-
You got something in your eye?
Yeah, I do. I'm having a rough time, and everybody who is a germaphobe is gonna be so mad at the way I was dealing with it because I stuck my finger in there and pushed it out.
I love that you're so concerned about the germaphobes out there. I like that.
I know. I'm married to one.
Oh,
Like, of all the people to end up with a germaphobe,
it's the one who had a picture on her wall. Never mind. We'll leave that one go, Jenny.
of me as a poopy, getting flushed.
I was gonna let it go.
No, I had to tell it.
Flushed down the toilet.
It was one of my favorite art pieces. An artist drew that of me. I was a muse. It's not amusing. Okay,
So-
now sit your ass down in the butterfly chair.
I have both newscasts typed out because especially the first one was just too good for me. Like he's trying to talk to her about just his situation, and on the news they're talking about him, and I'm just gonna go ahead and read the whole thing.
And they show a beautiful headshot of him.
Yeah. It's his headshot.
It's not his mugshot. It's his
It's his
acting
headshot.
headshot.
So the newscast, as he turns it on, says, he escaped 10 days ago from Folsom Prison in Northern California after disemboweling the warden's wife and stealing her clothes. Now, this man is a sociopath, but he is extremely virile and can be very charming. Reportedly, he is extremely good in bed, so if you happen to be a teenage girl, especially, do not be taken in.
They keep saying like the weirdest shit on these. It's so good.
So in the background, but because
Yeah.
like I mentioned to you before, the dialogue and all that stuff is in separate ears. I just put one headphone in and I could hear everything that the TV was saying, and it wasn't covered up by all the other noise of the two of them talking. I was like, oh, I can actually hear it.
Oh, wow. That's great. I can actually do this. Home stenographer. She says, you're going to die in the California State Gas Chamber.
Oof. Are you hungry?
Yeah. We need to eat.
Yeah, you want to take me to Sizzler?
Yeah, like, I love, like, what a smart ass she is.
And
"Oh,
he's
wow, you
immediately
taking me to
like,
Sizzler?"
"No, but I'll give you ice cream." Like, that ain't gonna help anybody.
No.
Have you ever had ice cream on an empty stomach?
Yes,
It screws you up.
it
Or screws
does.
me up.
Well, of course. I mean, I was doing this back when I didn't know I was lactose intolerant,
Same.
and I vomited every time. It was either vomit or have a worse time later.
Yeah, I'm always holed up in the, "Never mind, we don't need to
Never
go
mind,
there."
that's fine.
Yeah.
So they're watching Bonnie and Clyde, and it's kind of that's foreshadowing too, like, they're going to become very Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
"What are you in for?"
Yes, murdered a bunch of rich scumbags.
Says he killed a bunch of guys on a yacht with an Uzi.
Yeah, 19 in all. A real bunch of pukes, you know?
It was a pedophile ring, he started saying.
Yeah,
"Why'd you go to jail?"
they were friends of the Reagans, which, you know what?
There you go.
There you go.
She says, "Well, my father's a chief of police, and my mom is in the women's gun club."
And I love so much that how much research he did while she was out for the day. He's like,
Yeah.
"Okay, so your dad is in Saudi Arabia because I found a note on the wall. Oh, what's in this bag? Oh, these are pills. They're Tylenol. How do I know they're actually cyanide pills
Yeah.
and not Tylenol? How does he know that? I don't know." And then he discovers that the Tang has cyanide in it
Yeah.
because it smells like almonds or something.
Yeah, burnt almonds.
But he just like, when he got there, he's like, "I got my research.
Yeah,
I know your whole life story."
he was suggesting that she was the Tylenol killer.
Right.
And Bern and I are the only ones who would drink it around here. So she was letting him know that her and her dad drank it and she never would touch it. So
Right.
she made it just special for her. So that was a nice thing she did for me.
Yeah, she's a good person. I mean, sure,
Yeah.
she beats me and emotionally abuses me and
Yeah.
lets weird stuff happen with my dad.
Yeah, and just sits there like, "This is gross, but I hate her, so keep doing it to her."
So just it's okay.
So he says there's enough to wipe out Jonestown here
10 times over.
10 times over.
10 times
So
over.
that's the thing that this will happen later. But I was like,
Foreshadow.
really? That's just one jug.
That's just one jug.
It's
No,
gonna
that's
wipe
because
out a
all
whole
you need is
town?
a tiny little shot because there's so much cyanide in it.
Okay. And then they find the note from Clarette's boyfriend,
Yes, in the same bag.
the gospel singer guy.
That's not enough information for you? Well, here you go.
Yep.
His name is Bert Killjoy.
He's the pastor from the Port Bidet Baptist Church. Everyone just thought he was asexual, but
That's what they thought.
he ain't.
So she's pretty affected. And he's like, "Well, maybe you'll be more grateful when I'm clean." So he goes to take a shower.
Yep.
Oh, but what she says one line, or in the note, when she's reading the note, she says, "It's vital that we make it look like a random poisoning."
Yeah.
Is cyanide poisoning ever
Random?
random?
No. That
They're
shows
just like, yeah.
it's in the toxicology report.
Yeah, I feel like, "Oh, it's just a random poisoning." What
Yeah.
do you mean?
So he tells her, "I'm the most exciting thing that's happened to you." Rubs her nipple. "You don't get to touch me like that." Well, he did. He's going to the shower.
He did. "Now I'm gonna take a shower. Maybe you'll be okay with this when I'm not sweaty."
And he's singing, "Tammy,
Tammy,
Tammy,
Tammy, Tammy's in love.
I hate that song. I hate it. Shut up.
I hate it.
For instance, Rabbit B's trying to bite her hands free. She bites her
Yep.
hands free. She gets the gun, and she acts like she's going to shoot him naked.
She gonna shoot him naked. We get a little peek-a-bush. We get a
Peekaboo.
little peek-a-bush.
And she likes what she sees because
She does. Because
she says,
immediately,
I just
I
want
just-
you to kiss me.
I just want you to kiss me.
Oh, baby.
Ooh, baby.
And then they start kissing. It's so weird. Please be gentle with me. It's my first time.
I'm nervous too.
And then they have, again, like when she was getting spanked and just sat there like this,
Yeah.
they have sex like this.
Some hot knocking right here. You having a good time?
Yeah, just listen to my
Good
virginity.
time.
Still as a fish. A dead fish in the bed. Oh,
Which I find are the most fun moments. G said that's how gay directors see heterosexuality.
Yeah. Yeah, just
This is what they do.
I think they do something like this.
So we cut to outside. Clarette shows up with Bert Killjoy, and they're outside. It's morning time, so they're doing it in the morning sex. And then they walk in to find the Tang.
And let me tell you something. This girl has puked, and she has not brushed her teeth since she vomited all over that car.
Oh, you're right.
And on top of that morning
God,
breath.
now she's relatable to me.
So they come in, and what I love is, well, she thirsts the Tang. That little bitch.
She didn't drink it.
What a waste. And then they get all horny in the kitchen, and that guy's gonna bang
Bert and
Clarette
yeah.
in the kitchen.
Stop it! I'm not a tree trunk. Because she's like a foot taller than him. And then we cut back to the bedroom, and we see that Tammy and Link are kind of trying to figure out what to do. And she's like, I want to come with you. You sure you want to come with me? And her line I love, it's, yes, I'm tired of this suburban mediocrity.
You've been here for one day.
I'm tired of suburban
And
mediocrity.
let me tell you something. If you move from Missouri to Orange County, you're like, this is cool. At least for a month.
At least.
She's like, this is boring as shit.
They've decided to go. But Link is not wearing pants.
Nope.
And he left his pants in the bathroom, so he's got to go get those pants.
Yeah.
And on his way to get his pants, butt shot.
Yep, butt shot. And he goes in there with Clarette, and he goes, just get in my pants. She goes, oh, what? You're not Killjoy. So she's screaming, there's a man in here. Chaos happens. Bert,
go get your Clint Eastwood special. So he goes out, grabs his gun, and he has kind of a face-off with Link. Link just blows him away.
Yeah. But they're going to spare Clarette because they want to do like the Scooby-Doo mask moment when her dad gets home. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. And she tells Clarette, you're going to clean this mess up. I guess she had to clean up the mess, and they had to get the body to the garage. And she said, oh, I put the blanket over him so she don't have to look at him. So she's still got a heart. Tammy.
But so what happens here is Link looks out the window. So there's chaos happening. This has been, what, 5-10 minutes since they showed up.
Yeah.
Maybe a minute after the gunshot. Maybe a minute. Link looks out the window. The cops are here.
And she's like, I got this. Tammy's like, please. This is my forte.
And she opens the door, and it's nighttime. Is nighttime. I'm like, wait a minute. 5 minutes ago, and we had a consistent 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was daytime.
It was morning, and now it's nighttime.
Now it's nighttime. But she tells, they said, we got reports of a gunshot. I heard that too. I don't know what that was. Well, what's the blood on your leg? Oh, I was putting on my Kotex when you came here.
I love that he goes, yeah, well, it looks like it came from that region.
These guys, they're just like out of their minds. It's so funny because I wish that it weren't like a very true cliche that like a young girl knocks every middle-aged man off his game. Especially men who work in service, like cops, the ones in you. It's so weird. Because I went through it because I was Wonder Woman on the Boulevard when I was like 19, 20. And I was always like, what the heck? Why are you acting stupid around me? They always just acted stupid.
Right.
There's something, they can smell a young woman and they're like, man, not many people have got to get there yet. Let me get in that line.
Oh my God. Let me get in line.
So they lock Clarette in the garage and they start making out in front of her. And she said, I want you to fuck me in front of me.
Well, before that happens, she's blaming Bruce. It wasn't my fault. It was all Bruce's idea. He hypnotized me with those Charles Manson eyes.
Oh, yeah. That's so dreamy. It's so funny. So then they go in the house, they have sex, and they're having pillow talk the next morning.
Yeah.
And then they go out and they open the garage, and she's going to take Clarette breakfast. She makes her breakfast, has a little tang in it, makes her drink the tang. She goes, it's a fresh tang. Don't act stupid. I was just playing with you. Oh, it's really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, she gets so mad at her at this point and, like, goes to strangle her.
Yeah.
And Link's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, calm down. Calm down."
Chill out. I'm going to go get us another car.
Yeah, but she's like,
This is so embarrassing. But
so embarrassing.
I'm just going to say it. I think I'm in love with you.
Are you sure? The last girl that said to me got her head knocked off when she stood up on the top of a roller coaster. What?
What a very weird thing to happen.
Yeah.
And what a weird thing to bring up right now.
Why don't we do it right here, right in front of her while she
Yeah, we want to
watches?
back in front of Clarette.
And then his response to that is like, "You're a kick, you know that?"
And then and then the phone's ringing again. So it's like they go in, and it's Vern, and he's drunk. Daddy, and he wants to talk about what happened to Mom. So he basically admits that he was just playing around with Mom and got her killed.
Yeah, she was
Like
drunk,
with a wood
and he's
chipper.
like, "Hey, look, a bird just flew into that wood chipper," and she looks in and then falls in because she's drunk. I feel bad. I feel like it's my fault. You think?
Yeah, that sounds pretty much like, yeah, you did that.
So all of a sudden, Link comes back with the car that he promised, and very quickly. He's
Yeah.
got a car.
And he's covered in blood.
Covered.
And she doesn't have that many questions about it.
No, he's just like, "Oh, I took it from this guy and his son bit him."
Yeah, it's a lot of blood.
That's a lot of blood from a bite. It's a lot of
Yeah.
blood. I think the story you just told does not add up.
No, it doesn't, but he got her flowers, so.
Yeah, I love that because she goes, "Wow, these are beautiful. Where did you find them?" "Don't ask." It's like he picked him on the neighbor's like, don't ask.
Yeah, you don't wanna know what I did for this.
Like, he did this big romantic gesture by getting these flowers that he grabbed next door. There were, like, 3 flowers.
So they go in and there's, like, weird sax music playing. She's like, "Oh, this is my favorite
My
song."
favorite song.
So you
Is
were
it?
listening to
The Angry Samoans, like,
and now
those
this is your favorite
that's
song?
what you're dancing to.
It don't add up, sis. So then they do a montage of them making out and driving and fucking and, you know,
Yeah.
getting
And then
wild.
she's got the, this is back to her kind of commentary that she's recording that we saw at the beginning. She says, "By the 4th day, Bert was starting to stink pretty bad, but we turned the disposing of his body into a fun-packed afternoon."
Yeah, so it shows them, like, dumping his body in the woods, and they're, like, hiking and having a good time. "Oh, let's make out here."
Yeah.
So then we're back to the garage where they make out in front of Clarette again.
A great shot, though, because on this shot, they have the 2 of them, and then you can see Clarette between the 2 of them like this, and then it slowly zooms into her face as she's watching them make out, and she's like, "I think even Clarette can see how much we love each other."
She looks so disgusted.
So disgusting.
She was sitting there going, "They're doing it wrong."
Yeah, that ain't right. That's against nature. She makes the face I make when I eat pea soup.
Oh my god, I love pea soup.
Do you love pea soup? I do not.
I do. It's one of my favorites. I love it.
I do not.
So then she talks about how her mama's death was kinda her daddy's fault.
Yeah.
She's coming to terms with that.
Yeah. She's given up the idea that she had earlier of revealing all to her dad. Or Vern. Don't call him
Burn. He don't like daddy. Now we go to the beach, and the camera's just
Yes,
spinning around
it's
them while they're
just-
making out on the beach. Yeah. They had a plan. They were like, "I know what we're gonna do with this shot."
Yeah. We're just going to spin around and make out.
We'll always be together, won't we?
If I think for a minute that that's not going to be true, I'm going to walk right into that ocean and never come back.
Yeah. If not in this world, then the next.
They start looking at all of the beach houses back there. John Wayne lives over there. That
Yep.
house right there, that belongs to
Pat Goon.
Pat Goon. Ugh, what a puke.
Yep.
How
How come
come
nobody?
Go ahead.
How come
Take
nobody
it.
ever kills someone like him? They kill the good people. They die young,
Yeah.
like Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
How come somebody don't kill him? That's foreshadowing. There's a lot of that in this.
No, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does. This is entertainment right here. So then we're back at the house later that day, and they're hosing up their feet outside, and they make out, and Gwen calls to her. Gwen's there,
Yeah, calls her a gidget.
of course. I was concerned about you. You told me about your stepmom. And the stepmom's just banging on the door. What's that? We got rats.
We got rats.
And it's like, she just goes, oh, you need to call an exterminator. It's like, you know that's not a fucking rat.
Yeah, knock, knock,
Bang.
knock, knock,
Bang.
knock.
Bang, bang, bang.
That's a big rat.
But she's like, I can't be concerned with that because I need help with my ex-husband. And
Yeah, I
she's
need
like,
help.
husband?
Huh? Yeah. And then
Yeah.
she's like trying to get invited in. Why don't you invite me in for coffee and sit on my face?
Well, she's so weird.
Gwen, calm down.
Yeah, she's like, okay, I'll help you. I'll pick you up at 6. And she leaves.
Yeah.
So they're in the house later that day, and Link wants to know what's the matter with her.
Because there was a shot in there. This was important because she's asking for help, and this is another similar shot to the one I just mentioned, where it's Gwen's face and Tammy's face, and they're talking, and she's trying to convince her to do this thing for him, and then between their faces, out pops Link, and he's like, "No,
No.
like just so big, no,
Don't
Yeah.
help her with this.
Yeah, I'll do it." Throws up his hands. It's so big. And then it cuts to, what's wrong with you?
She's my friend. Girl, and she's not your friend. You know, you know 3 people in this whole town, and she's one of them.
And they're all great people.
She's a rapist.
But like, he's like, I don't like you hanging out with her or whatever. And she's like, well, I don't like being told what I can and can't do. Yeah, I get that.
Well, he says, I have something she'll never have.
Yeah, what's that? 2 eyes?
So good. That made me laugh so much. So now Link's pointing, this is later in the day, and he's pointing a gun drunk at the TV. You know, he's seeming a little...
He's been drinking. He's
out of it.
He's out of it. And he's got, again, we keep everything on the TV is Pat Goon. So this is like a movie Pat Goon did or whatever. And he's like pointing his gun. He's like, I hate you, Pat Goon.
Yeah.
You're dead, man.
Yeah. And then he notices that the back door is open.
Oh, no.
Ooh. And that's foreshadowing. So it's his friend Troy. He sneaks up on him and they surprise each other.
Troy doesn't even know it's him. Troy comes up and he's like, I want to blow the goddamn head off. They turn around.
Ah, Betty, my little brother. Link calls Troy little brother like 3 times.
Yeah.
Like he really wants to hit it home that this is his little brother, basically.
But the line that he says here, like his holy cow, I can't believe it's you moment. His line is, well, fuck my butt with a cold steel boot. And in response, Troy says, well, whip one out and I will.
Wow. Wow. Those are choices that were made.
Like, I did not catch that on the first watch. Afterwards, I was like, wait, what did he just say?
Yeah, because I mean, some of this dialogue is just so unbelievable. You have to, and it happens lightning fast.
Lightning fast.
Weird
like, wait
shit
a minute.
after weird. Wait in the world, what did I miss? So then they start arguing over Tammy's pussy, and then they're talking about who's gay.
Yeah, no, that was because we kind of have like a back and forth here between Tammy and Gwen and Link and Troy. We go back and forth. So Link and Troy are having their conversation, and we cut back to Tammy and Gwen, and they show up at her ex-husband's house.
Who's just sitting on the floor,
He's just chilling,
drinking beer, watching TV. She comes in, beats his ass and rips one of his eyes out with her
with
bare
his
hand.
spoon. Oh, the
Yeah.
sheets are bare.
Oh, she may have got a spoon.
She
But she's
walked
like,
with the spoon.
it's like, what is,
I
what
love it 'cause
errand
she
did you
just
need
go
help with?
she, like, rips his eye out, and I love the ex-husband because he's like, "Oh, no. Oh," gets ripped out, and then he's just like, "Ah, ah."
She puts it down the
Like,
garbage disposal.
yeah, and he's like,
My
"No, ah."
eye.
And then he just sits
Hey.
back down and drinks his Budweiser.
Yeah, and Tammy's like, "Are you all right?" Well, what the
He's
hell do you think? Like, I'm
but
making
he
I'm making
doesn't
the
like
best out of this situation.
I guess I just need to sit down and recover.
Just gonna watch TV with the eye I got
And
left.
this is the yeah, her ex-husband, this is the only time we see him, and he's the only one that has a picture up on IMDb. He has a fairly long list of acting credits, producers credits. Apparently he helped produce he was a producer of some sort in
Maxine.
Maxine. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
awesome. I loved that one.
Yeah, it was great.
Um, but yeah, he's the only one that really had that went on to have a bit more. I mean, Tammy,
Yeah, because I saw The Circle. He was in Circle, and he
yeah,
also did an episode of Wendy McClendon Covey's show, The Goldbergs.
in Deedly Doos had a career. Anyways, now
So
we
now we're
are
back to Lincoln Troy.
now back to Lincoln Troy, and Troy is
Trying to entice him. He takes his shirt off, and he's like, "Listen, that was Folsom. This is Orange County.
yeah. You know what? That was up north. This is down south. What?
Come on, let's fight. You know the rules. The loser takes it up the ass."
Yeah, he's like throwing chips at him, and then he finally does it. He finally gets a reaction out of him when he grabs a beer and sprays it. And he's like, "Well, you little boy!" And then they start wrestling, roughhousing like boys do,
Yeah, like boys do.
like boys do. Cut back to the
So
car. Oh, go.
no, it is a cut back to the car, and they're having their conversation about
And
how
she's
jacked
just
she is. I'm so happy that I ripped that eye out.
call it biblical justice. Call it what you will. Eye for an eye.
Yep. And then they're back, and now it's another Dutch angle,
Mm-hmm.
and Troy has Link pinned on the back. And this was just like, of all the things to make you uncomfortable in this movie, him starting to like pull the belt. I'm gonna loosen up this belt
Yeah.
to fight and let it get something that'll lube you up. Oh, here we go. This will get you all wet.
And what is it? It's motor oil. He's gonna use motor oil as lube. What?
To rape his buddy's butt.
What?
He says, "How's it feel to be on the bottom?"
And then in walk Gwen and Tammy. Ah! Horrified.
No, this is my buddy.
Yeah. Oh, before that, Gwen was like, you can't get out of this one. We're doing it. I'm not taking no for an answer. Yikes.
No, she's ready.
She's ready. And then so that's when
You're
they
not
go
putting
in
me off any longer.
yeah. They go in and witness it. And Link's like, no, we're just horsing around. He's my best buddy.
Oh my God.
Your best buddy who's trying to rape your bum.
Yeah, and then Gwen's chasing Tammy. Like, okay, well, this is a perfect time for me to cash in on you.
Yeah, Gwen's just like, how dare you? Now I'm going to start, because she's already jacked up. She's ready to fight.
And she pulls out some hedge clippers to castrate them.
Where you keep it? She's like, I keep hedge clippers on me at all times for castration purposes.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a wild scene. And
so
now,
Tammy runs out and Link chases her.
yeah.
Gwen and Troy are like wrestling with each other, and he just like backhands Gwen, and she falls back and passes
that's
out.
what it is. She's the one who falls down and just passes
so
off of a little slap.
She takes the car. Tammy takes the Tammy takes the car out, and then Troy and Link hop in. I think Gwen's car and
to go looking for Tammy, who ran off.
And I love when they're going to go after her. He's like, I tried to tell you, man. He's like, yeah, I get it now. He's like, I get that why you love her. And I'm like, what? She walked in and was like, how dare you, and ran away. And he's like, I get it.
Yeah. She made a really lasting first impression on me when she said, what is going on?
Yeah.
So now this is the other news report. We flash back to Gwen waking up in the house.
I've got it right here. Hardened criminals Link Rodcutter and Troy Brady, his cellmate. Both of them are real scum who escaped from the Folsom prison last week. Both men are armed and extremely dangerous. And if you have any information of their whereabouts of these criminals, please call this anonymous hotline number, I Squill. Simply dial I Squeal and a policeman will be waiting to answer your call. If you happen to be a lesbian, it doesn't matter. We would like to hear from you. Please call.
When they said if you happen to be a lesbian, she's grabbing the phone. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I'm
I'm a
included?
lesbian. I can call. I'm
I'm
calling.
so used to being excluded from these types of activities, but now I've got free license to join in.
So good.
So
Gwen's on the
Tammy
phone to the
decides.
police to
Yeah,
rat,
Gwen.
and then she takes a Tylenol. Guess what? He was right. She dies from
She
Tylenol
dies.
poisoning.
Yep. While she's talking to the police, she's like, "Oh, here's the address. It's 913." Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so good. And so now all of a sudden Tammy's at the beach wearing a pink jacket and Guess jeans.
I have to guess what type of jeans? Jenny.
You saw that iconic triangle on her butt.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, as poor as she talked and stuff, she didn't have Guess jeans. But they were talking about her dad having money. I'm just like,
what is happening?
There's no food in the house.
There's no furniture in the house.
Has no education.
You have like a camping chair as your furniture.
And she's wearing designer jeans. Cool. Got it. So the boys find her and she's about to eat a bullet.
Ooh.
I just love this. They knock it and she accidentally shoots a man.
Doesn't realize that the gun goes off in her hand. Knock it and it goes off. She has no idea. None of them do.
Hits the ground.
A loud gunshot went 2 feet from your ear. Nothing. You did not.
I knew you'd come and stop me.
And he's like, yeah, we could be a menage a trois.
Yeah, and they're having a menage a trois. And
that's the joke.
I think you mean trois.
The T's silent.
The French one. So they're sitting here having this heartfelt, we're going to be a family moment while that man is dead on the beach. And people are just walking around him. Nobody gives a shit.
Nobody cares. This is not coming back.
So now they're back at Tammy's place and Byrne is returning home.
Yes.
And he's talking to his cabbie about some shit about he pissed at a mosque.
Yeah, he's like, it's a good thing you're lucky that they didn't cut your dick off. And he's like, how was I to know it was
a mosque?
I thought it was a wall that I was pissing on, not a mosque.
Yeah, it's like,
what?
So he's just been over there being absolute trash in Saudi Arabia.
Just the trash.
And he's lucky he even made it home. So Daddy's home. He's got suitcases. He finds some mess everywhere, and he hears the banging from the garage.
Yes.
He goes and opens the garage, and Clarette is tied up.
Yeah.
They're going back and forth about what happened.
Because she's like, you have to trust me. Doesn't matter what they say. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, no, here they come.
Yeah. So they back up, and just right at the garage to where carbon monoxide is going into the garage.
So the car's blocking it from being opened. And the tailpipe is pumping in all the carbon dioxide.
Yeah. So Daddy and Clarette are fighting to breathe, and they're trying to get loose, and they can't.
So they open up their little hood. They think something's wrong with the car.
And Troy turns the music up as loud as it'll go.
This is my favorite song, because every song is your favorite song. And this is my favorite song. And this song is called, again from the Angry Samoans, My Old Man's a Fatso. That's what this one's called.
So they go in the kitchen and Gwen's dead on the floor. And she's like, man, you was right about the Tylenol.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad about this.
Yeah. Guess you're right. This makes me a little bit sad. I know she was pushy and she turned out to be a bit of a psychopath. But I still liked her. Tammy then says, I need to go tinkle.
Yeah.
She didn't dwell on it too long.
This is unfortunate. Oh, well.
So they're going to take Gwen to the garage, and that's where they discover that Dad and Clarette are in there dead.
Whoopsie, Dad's dead. But she doesn't really, she's,
She goes,
you know what?
shit,
He
he
killed my
wasn't due
mom.
back for a week.
Yeah.
That was her first reaction. Oh, shit, he wasn't due back for a week.
I bet you he's pissing on mosques again. My goddamn dad.
So now Link needs to go out to run an errand. This is the perfect time for him to need to go do something.
Guys, I need to go pick something up at CVS.
Yeah, so Tammy and Troy are bonding now.
Yeah.
And they're starting to, she's like, oh, now I'm seeing why he likes him.
I get it.
Yeah. And then TV news again.
TV news. I didn't write this whole thing down because it didn't
Okay, so the guy that Tammy shot on the beach was Pat Goon.
They shot him.
So they're talking about Pat Goon's death.
And they still don't realize that they're the ones that did it. They're like,
whoever did it is laughing.
Such a thing like that.
Whoever did it's laughing right now, I'm sure.
Then Troy's like, it's just like when I killed my parents. He's like, yeah, you should have saw he killed the whole PTA. He's like, well, I did that by design. I was going to plead insanity.
So here's what I love. They're trying to convince her to do robbery. And they said, listen, I wrote it down because I wanted to get this right. Troy and I have been putting our heads together. Yeah, I know. You thought I was asleep. That made me cry. The kind of thing where you laugh so much there are tears in your eyes.
Pause. I cannot continue.
Oh, so now they're planning this robbery. And they're talking about, they're fantasizing about their life in Mexico after they do the robbery. So like they have plans.
So this robbery that they're that's a Bruin, they decide they want to rob Donkeyland. Donkeyland.
And they're all sexed up on amphetamines. They're all sexed up on amphetamines. She says, and there's strange flashes of paranoia, anxiety from doing crimes. If something should go wrong, at least we're gonna die together.
Oh, nobody's gonna die.
I'm starting to feel like I've taken some bad acid or something. You've never taken acid.
Hell, you've never taken any good acid.
I've read about it.
Bitch, you haven't read shit.
So here's my onset speculation. So they filmed this with this little camcorder, right?
Yes. Well, little. I mean, we're talking what, 84 is when it came out. So 83, 84. This thing is not as little as you think it is.
No, it's big. And so they're going in Disneyland with this.
Yes, they shot. This was absolutely stolen footage in Disneyland. Yeah. You see them walking down Main Street, like hanging out in the hub area.
So they had to just pretend like they were real, that these were their real names and they were these real people while they were walking down there, and just film it like it's a home movie.
Yeah.
Of them looking for a guy in one of the office buildings to kill. Him talking about things he did to a Pinocchio.
Yeah. So like, I mean, they had to have just pretended to, we're just a family. We've got this is a home video thing. This isn't professional. Like, I don't know how the sound obviously was rough. So I don't know how much preparation they had to do sound wise. It's not like they had a boom operator.
No.
It was probably just the director with a camera.
Yeah.
Okay, now you do this. Go over here.
Yeah, this is just fascinating to me because like anybody knows like Disneyland is the hardest place in the world to get the right to shoot in.
Right.
So for me, it's like, this movie didn't go anywhere.
Right.
How far can you go with something like this?
Right.
Like it's just going to be what it is. We're just doing this really for us.
Yeah. I mean, just, knowing anything about filming, it's like the rights and the all the things you have to do. I don't know, like the legality of all of that. Like, how much trouble can you get into? Like, I just feel like I'd be too scared. I'd be like, I don't have the balls
you would get
to
the
do that.
shit suit out of you. The shit suit out of you. And they're saying dialogue like this in there. This place is a kitsch monstrosity, a demented cacophony of castrated dreck, Look at all these mindless necrum vermin.
I hear dacrum. I don't know
Dacrum
what he said.
vermin?
I was like trying to look up whatever word. I'm like, I can't figure out what you're trying to say.
No, but the only thing that I think is the realest thing anyone said in this whole movie is in this moment, she goes, "I'm scared."
That was like, guys, somebody's coming to talk to us. I'm
And he's
scared.
like, "Don't get paranoid now, baby. Troy, are you ready?" Just a second, I gotta go take a dump.
I gotta go take a dump. And so he takes off, and she's like telling Link that she's really nervous and everything.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, well, we better go." And then all of a sudden, Troy comes back, and she says, "You took the world's fastest dump."
World's fastest stunt. Now they're in the business halls, which you can tell was filmed somewhere else.
Of course.
Because they don't really have this
I
kind
love
of...
the little business hall. Well, you don't know what's behind, backstage, as they would say
Yeah.
at Disney.
Probably not this.
But they
This
had
is
like all
probab-
wood. I loved the way this
Yeah, it was an
location that they
office
shot.
building
I
in
loved it.
Anaheim somewhere.
Yeah. And so they're going, they bust through a door. Freeze!
Yeah.
And nobody's there.
Nobody's there. Then they go down another hall, and there's
Bust
this
open the
guy,
bathroom.
pants down,
Pants down.
but he's got his business bag in there with him.
And which is like, he was just peeing. Like, he dropped his pants to his ankles and was standing to pee, which is, normal.
Yeah, fine. Whatever you do, dude. This is very strange. You're in here with your business bag. Weird. So they get his bag or whatever, and they're gonna go, and then he
He's got all
pulls a
the
gun.
money. Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we
Shootout.
gotta shoot him. So they kill this man at Disneyland.
Yeah, at Disneyland. Immediately escape, go to the parking lot. And this is
Don't know where they parked.
This is another thing. Like, this is Jackie Brown. This is a scene out of Jackie Brown. They got the money, and they can't find their car in a giant parking lot. And that's where I was like, son of a bitch, that's two. Like, this feels like a true romance. Like, you stole it. You took the idea of like the basics of it and made it your own. And then this little scene, you're like, I'm going to take that scene and put it in Jackie Brown because it made me laugh.
So, but what I love is they can't find. She's like, it's right there. And they'll
right
turn
there.
around. It's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like two cars
God.
over. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, I saw that. I was testing you. No, I'm kidding. So now they're going back to Tammy's house, and she did not want to go back there.
No, she's just so pissed.
They're like, how much should we get? Thousands. And he holds up, like, one of them is like a stack of ones, it looks like. And the other one is like hundreds. So yeah, great. But it's like,
there's 100 on top.
Yeah. So she's pissed they're going back to the house. I thought we were done here.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, I wasn't planning on plugging a guy.
So now the three of them are in bed at the house. And she says, now I know what sensuality's all about.
And
So-
she's thirsty.
She is. Troy gets up to take a whiz, and Link puts on the news, and Tammy wants a cigarette. And she's like, where's the Tang?
Where's Tang? I'm thirsty. I want some Tang.
So,
Uh-oh.
do you want to do the news one?
I don't have that one.
Just another normal day at America's favorite theme park. Oh my God, I think I know what happened with the Tang.
Oh, no. Dead bodies everywhere. 10
back to
times
Jonestown.
Jonestown. And then this guy's just explaining, he's telling us what happened. It had to be someone who was familiar with the park. They fed it into all the soda fountains, and it just went out to everyone. I mean, I haven't cried this hard since E.T.
What a line. I haven't cried this hard since E.T. That's such a line. So now the cops are outside. She
Troy, if you haven't caught on, that was Troy that did that. He worked there.
Yeah, Troy.
He put it in. When he went and took the world's fastest, that was so quick. He killed that
did
many
not.
people that fast.
Sorry, that's not how it works. That's not how soda fountain machines work. So the cops are outside, and they're calling Tammy a filthy blonde slut
Yeah.
on the megaphone. You filthy blonde slut.
Prove them wrong, Jenny. Prove them wrong.
So they climb out the window and they're going to escape. And then one of the police officers
He says escape, though.
Yeah, he does. And so all right. So he says, Troy, this is your father. Now, we all learned earlier.
Yeah, he killed his father.
Troy killed his parents.
It's a trick.
So like, no, this is a trick. It's a trick. You killed your parents. Well, I don't know. Maybe they weren't dead.
Mother always dressed you up like Nancy Sinatra circa 1976 and stubbed out her cigarettes on you. Well, who would know that kind of information other than his real father?
I mean, what a weird thing to say.
We just want to give you a hug.
They love you. They want to hug you. So he's like, I need a hug.
I need a hug. That's something they've never gave me.
They never gave me that. I want it. So he's going after it. I want to be a little boy again, and I want to go home. Okay.
Yeah, he runs out there and gets shot.
One of my favorite things in 80s movies is when people get shot a lot of times at once.
And I love all the blood on him that without any bullet wounds. It's just blood thrown on him.
Yeah, great. And then Link crawls over to him, rolls him over, and he goes, you were right, it was a trick. So then Tammy and Link go and they hotwire a car, but they forget the freaking money.
They forget it because of all the chaos. They forgot it.
So now they're back to her recording the confession. They're at a house in LA.
Yeah, so this is cut back to, the beginning where she's got her little confessional thing. This is in the future. It's been a couple weeks now since that happened.
Yeah, they're hiding out at a Vietnam vet's place who tried to fight them with a flamethrower. And they miss Troy.
They miss him dearly. He was good in the sack.
She looks out the window, though, because Link had gone to get something at the grocery store, and now he's running back.
He's running back. Something happened because somebody said, you killed my niece.
At Donkeyland.
At Donkeyland.
The checker made me at Lucky's. There was a SWAT team out front, and here comes two plainclothesmen.
Yeah, two plainclothes are coming after the house. Bah, 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 bah.
So we start the cool sax music.
This is it, babe. We're gonna go out together.
Yeah, so they're gonna take some poison pills together and go out like Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo, Juliet.
So the two men just leave Jesus pamphlets on their door.
Yeah, Watchtower magazine, couple of Jehovah's Witnesses.
And so now they're just dead in bed. They went out doing what they love.
But you know what? They listened to her favorite song, the sexy sax.
The sax. So G's MVP is the director, James Robert Baker, and Sarah Lee Wade as Tammy.
She's got a double. She got a double. And do you have a movie MVP as well?
Well, I got to tell you, I really love Tammy too. She's got to be really it for me. But my number one is the dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's James Robert Baker, the director, but more for the writing than the directing.
Yeah, me too. Writing.
The script, do I have my issues? Sure. I can complain and I could point out things where I was like, well, as a writer, all the characters say the same words. How many people say gidget?
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. The dialogue is so fast and so witty and very fun. And
Jay mentioned it's a lot like a John Waters film, which we love. Who's not a Divine fan?
Right.
Divine's so good. And she said it's very it's a good look at the queer experience.
Mm-hmm. I do like to see that she did point out, and this is the second time I'm saying it, but she did point out that the Bleeding Skull Vinegar Syndrome version that they have has better audio, which I would like to experience a better audio, because that was the one thing that really I'm frustrated with because audio is the one thing I have a real hard time. I think most people do have a hard time forgiving.
Yeah, it takes me out.
The visuals I think most people forgive pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that time for
Remake, Reboot, Reimagining, Remaster, Prequel, or Sequel. Cha, cha, cha. You want to go first? You want me to do it?
Remaster.
Remaster for you. Any reason why?
Yeah.
You just want to leave it at that.
Look, the thing for me is like I like the dialogue, I like the acting, I like the locations, I like all the characters. I just would rather like the clearer pictures and better audio,
Right.
like all of that to be cleaned up, and then I'm good. I will don't touch
Right.
it. It's
Now
beautiful.
this one's gonna get me in hot water.
Okay. Can't wait.
Gee, don't yell at me. I'm gonna say remake, and I know that you're gonna say blasphemy. But the reason I say remake is because I don't think a large group of people can appreciate that they immediately push off. So if you do something like that, you might be able to get eyes backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're eyes that you don't care about.
I get that. I totally get that. And this movie's not going to be for everyone at all. But that's my only thing is that there are a lot of people who are just immediately put off by watching
Yeah,
a movie made
absolutely.
off of a camcorder. Unfortunately, but I'm just saying I think that would help get eyes backwards
Broaden
because
the
if you just
audience.
if you
Yeah.
just leave it as is and remaster, I don't know if that audience how easily that
But
audience would
but the
be.
stone cold weirdos of the queer
No, and
community and the art community
I
who
get
got
that.
spanked as a child.
And I get that, and that's that like, I had
Yeah.
and that's the only reason I was like, I have to justify this because, like, I don't know what on any of those other than remaster, just to tighten up all of those little things,
Yeah.
um, what would that actually get you an audience? I don't know. But you're right, those aren't necessarily eyes you want.
For this specific thing. Like,
Right.
it's
I
this
get that.
interesting thing of like we're doing this and we just are being honest about things that we gravitate towards and
Right.
we're just being honest about it. But like I do know majority of the people in my life would not watch this film. He'll walk
Oh,
away going,
oh,
"That was so cool."
I know a couple people who would be like, to me, I don't know why I haven't seen this. This feels like my old
Yeah.
roommate would have introduced me to this. This feels like 100% something he would have shown me in my
Yeah.
early 20s because that's what we did. We watched movies like this all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So, and they were like, "Y'all, dude, you haven't seen that? Oh, dude." Oh. So this just feels like one of those.
You've spoke about The Room a couple times, but it feels
Mhm.
very like the way that that was probably made, like on the fly and
Oh,
with their
yeah. I
own
mean, there's
stuff.
and that's one thing you really have to give them props for is, this is no budget. This is no budget at
No.
all.
Yeah.
These are people who are just going out there and are committed to just making
Telling
art.
this story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just making art and I love it for that. And it's like
Yeah.
I don't have any resources. I have nothing. I have this little camera and we're just going to do everything we can to put a piece of art into the world. And it's sad that, he didn't really go on to make anything else. He kind of moved to novels. Which it said well, I have to like read what it says here. It says he did predominantly gay themed transgressional fiction.
Cool. Looking it up.
Oops,
Transgressional.
did I just back out?
He killed himself, G said.
Am I out?
No, you're here. He killed himself.
Oh, he did. Yeah. I just my screen is all oh, there I am.
No, but I see
My
you.
screen went black because I
Oh,
had to
yeah.
go look at like
It's mad
what
at
they
you too
described
for what
that.
you said.
Yeah. I just I love that it was like transgressional fiction.
Yes, it's so
So
good.
yeah, it's
Well,
just unfortunate.
R.I.P. him. I hate
Yeah.
that. A lot of my favorite viewpoints are people who are very tortured.
Mm.
So we have a guest waiting.
Oh, is
It's
it
time
that
for
time? Nostalgia of the week. And for this week's Nostalgia of the Week, please welcome street brawling champion Mona the Milk Mama.
Well, hey there. Yeah. I am the street brawling champion out there. I used to fight on Old Manorville Highway at the old Hammers building. And I busted a few jaws with a few chairs. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, this is all dairy. This is all dairy. I am the only one in my family who really listened up when they were telling you that milk creates strong bones. Okay? I stuck to that. Okay, but I do eat French fries because I'm still American. Okay? You know, but this right here, milkshakes. This is cheese. This is a glass of milk. This right here is my milk right here. I put a little bit of greens in it. I don't actually eat vegetables. But let me tell you, 1986, me and my family went out on our family vacation, okay? We went out to California IA. We were going to check out Hollyweird and a couple other tourist destinations like Donkeyland, okay? We go out there to Donkeyland, and they are trying their best to just get one of them family saver sodas and get me to drink the soda. And I said, no, we got to find me milk. I don't do the soda. They made fun of me all damn day, okay? And then we get there and they're drinking on their sodas and I'm drinking on my milk and everybody drops fucking dead. Dead as shit like that in a heartbeat. And I'm looking around and we're trying to figure out what's going on. Guess what's going on? Some sex-crazed psychos poisoned the soda distribution center and 85% of the park was dead in a minute. I'll tell you that me and the other people who love milk, who were drinking milkshakes and doing the Lord's work out there, and then some hippies who only drank water, they're trying to save the planet or something. We was the only ones left, and let me tell you something. We couldn't get a reporter to interview us. They wanted to just tell you it was 100% fatalities. We're still out here standing strong. Let me tell you, that's what I fight for. I fight for my family that I lost that day. And if I would have been, oh Lord, if I would have been better and brought more people over to the dairy side, we wouldn't be having this problem. So I'm out here speaking to any podcaster or any news outlet that's going to let me bring back the nostalgia for milk, guys. They're trying to villainize it right now. They're out here saying people's lactose intolerant. This is a made-up thing, like the gluten thing. It's made up, okay? Have your nostalgia for a nice carton of milk with a pretty happy cow on it. They like it. They like, when your titties is swollen with milk, they like them to get drained. Somebody's got to do this. Come on, let's bring it back, guys. Come on. Come on, let's bring it back. Back to you.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that was our first finale movie.
Yay.
Thank you, G, for the recommendation. That's definitely not something I would have immediately picked.
Yeah, and I loved it. It was so good.
I love that. And I love that we get to be honest and be like, here's something. Please don't hate this.
No, I love it. Look, it's like, it's not for everybody, but it's very, like, I think everybody should see a film like this at least once.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I love that we're at the point now where we're not necessarily on the same. I know that you've seen the other film, which I was like, well, if you've already seen the film that I'm putting out, I don't know if I should do it. And you're like, no, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
I'm like, but there's like 200 movies I could pick.
I know, but like, it's the one you feel the most gravitated towards.
It's the one I just want to talk about because it,
yes.
You know, and so yeah, this is G at the end of her thing. She said, it's a perfect film. That's her note right here.
Happy birthday, G.
All right, that'll do us. I'm Jeremy Briggs.
And I'm Jenny Wenger.
For B-Side Video Rentals. That's the name of the song.
Oh, God, please. Yeah. Just you keep going. I'll sit here quietly.